Hi, it's Stephanie with White Horse Bodywork, and I wanted to give you an update on this beautiful little blue roan mare's injury. So I'll post a picture on what happened. So if you can kind of see right here, she had a pretty significant injury of unknown origin. She was tied, and the owner had to go inside for just a minute and came out to this and did not see what happened. However, you know, as horses are, they can get into anything. So as you can see, this injury is actually healed up very nicely. I mean, the vet did an amazing job, and the owners have really worked hard on keeping it clean and healthy. But you can see right here is where the injury happened. It basically had a big horseshoe slice that was splayed open this direction. And now I saw her a few weeks ago. She hadn't quite fully healed, so we worked the perimeter of the area. So here's where the problem is. Fascia, healthy fascia, has to be slippy, slidey, glidey. I know it's not even a word, but that's kind of in my mind. It needs to be slippy, slidey, glidey. It's the compartments, it's the connective tissue that holds us into different compartments. So all through our body, we need to be able to slip and slide on different areas. And unfortunately, right here is not slippy, slidey. It is very thick, very stuck, adhered down, so we can see all through this area. It's very dense, very dense. So when we're working with fascia, we're trying to make that dense, thick, sticky tissue become more slippy, slidey, glidey. Like I said, we want to get it moving and flowing. So we're trying to reduce the densification of the tissue. So what I'd like to do, one tool that I use is instrument assisted blading. And this is the tool that I use. It is called the Wave Myofascial tool. I absolutely love this tool. And there's a few reasons why. First of all, it's crazy convenient. So this just goes straight into my pocket. I don't have to have multiple tools doing multiple jobs. This literally has everything that I need. So I use this portion as a scraping portion. I use this dull piece for different deep pressure. I use this also for deep pressure. I can get into small areas to scrape with this little tiny piece here. I can get in with tendon glides here, and even the bigger areas I can get with this large surface here on the legs, usually like the front of the leg. So it's extremely handy. And you can go to the website provided below and add in the link, the discount code Whitehorse15, and they will give you a 15% discount on this. It is by far the best product that I've used. I really, really like it. It's extremely durable. And when you're working on horses all day long, or even people, I use this on my people too, I get really tired. My hands start to hurt, and this fits my hand like nothing else has. So I can actually work and use the tissue, I can use this on the tissue very, very lightly. And so a lot of times I see a lot of people doing myofascial release with scraping tools really intensely, and that's okay for them, I guess. But for me, just the science is showing we don't need that heavy a pressure to make neurological changes through the system to let all that go. And so I am definitely a lighter person, and the horses tell me that they love it, and the people aren't getting sore, because I've had work before and it was pretty intense. And I don't know about you, but I don't want it to hurt horribly bad. It doesn't need to hurt horribly bad, and I don't want to be sore for days afterwards. So this is just me with what I do, but I do a lighter touch. And so the problem again with this little mare is that scar, that U-shaped scar right there on her withers, that's going to be exactly where her saddle fits. And so even though this mare is going to have plenty of time off in the winter and everything, rest does not fix restrictions. So if your hamstrings are super tight, sitting in a chair and resting are not going to make your hamstrings better. They're going to make them just as tight or even tighter. So we want to get this mare going for the winter and help reduce some of that tissue restrictions, excuse me. So she really likes this work. Again, if we're talking about working with the neurotransmitters in the fascial system, you don't have to grind in them. You can do these with a very light touch. And we're trying to kind of wake these guys up to just loosen everything, to improve the viscosity of the interstitial fluid all through here, and get it again to where it'll glide instead of being so stuck down. So I like to work first just to get the horse warmed up. I work a lot of perimeter work before I kind of go in and get it. And this is an extremely sensitive mare. She has taught me quite a bit, because some of the things that work for 95% of the horses has never worked on this girl. She has taught me, and she has told me, like, you can't do that. And I was like, well, I don't know what else to do. And she goes, you can't do that one either. And so I constantly have worked with her over the past few years, and we found our groove, and she's quite lovely, and she looks forward to me seeing her, and she's just different. But again, we've got to get this tissue working. So I'm just going to keep working on all this area, and try and get that tissue working. We've been doing a lot of mane pulling, so I will, because it's a horseshoe, it's on both sides, so I will actually gather up her mane, and I will just draw tension into that area and just hold it, because we're actually increasing the stretch on the fascial system on the far side. So we're trying to glide this. This needs to glide side to side, and it's very non-gliding. So we're going to work on that, work on scraping, excuse me ma'am, work through all this. And again, this is by far my favorite tool that I've found, and please check them out.